What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Credit to Wealth himself, back with another video to get y'all rich, just like how I got myself rich, man. So, man, as y'all can tell by the title of this video, it's my appearance on a radio show thanks to one of my business partners, Atia Muhammad. I appreciate you inviting me out. I love the opportunity to talk about credit. Anytime I get a chance to talk about credit. If you know me personally, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm a yap about credit because it changed my life for the better. Not only my life, but my family's life. I was able to provide for my family at a young age without using my own funds. I didn't have to work a 9-to-5 to break my back. I was able to start a business straight out of high school and leverage that to create a salary essentially for myself. But later in the series, we'll get into that. But as y'all can see, I'm next to my baby, man. This is just one of the perks of credit. And I don't know if this is gonna be my first YouTube video or my second YouTube video I'm gonna post, which is gonna be like the vlog and me getting in and stuff like that. But either way, this is a 2024 Chevrolet Corvette Stingray. I was able to get this basically on my 21st birthday for myself, not only as a gift to myself for all my hard work and consistency, but also as a business investment. And that's what the other vlog is going to be about, either my first or my second video. I might post this one first. But anyway, back to the video. I just wanted to talk to y'all real quick that I know this video is going to be long, but it's going to be very informational. That's what this whole series is going to be about, is just information and the perks of the information. So like, that's why I wanted to, you know, put this in front of like the radio clip that I recorded and stuff of the radio. Because if you didn't tune in, this is another opportunity for you. If you missed out on the radio appearance, for you to, you know, see it later, see the questions they were asking me and me answering them, this, that, and the third. But man, this is just one of the perks you can get, and you have to learn how to leverage these perks. Like, I didn't get this car just for like shits and giggles. I got it as an investment. I got it so people can come up to me. You know, people love the way I speak. People love, you know, when I give them information. And with me being so young, people don't think that I have that information. So I got it so people can stop me and say, hey, what do you do? And I say, I know credit. Let me teach you something. Or, you know, hey, I do credit repair. Let me fix your credit. Hey, I own businesses. Let me teach you how to own a business. Like, you know, anything that I do, yes, it has a fun side to it. But best believe it's an investment. I'm making money off of this, like, no joke. And I'm going to teach y'all how to do it. Like, that's this whole point of this channel, is for me to teach y'all exactly how to get rich off of debt, man. That's all I'm about, man. That's all I'm about. But like I said, bro, this video gonna be probably, like, I'm not gonna lie, an hour. I know that's gonna be long for y'all to sit, but if y'all really serious on your future and like really serious about growing your knowledge and being interested in credit and leveraging it to make money, watch the whole video, man. It's gonna go into like how I got into credit, how I was taught credit a little bit of my investments that I made, but most importantly, I'm putting y'all on game. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly how to start building your credit before 18. I'm gonna tell you about business credit, teach y'all the difference between good debt and bad debt, leverage debt and consumer debt. I'm gonna teach y'all all that in this radio podcast recording that I'm gonna put on back of this. But then too, like, just a little bit of motivation. Again, I just turned 21 like a week or two ago, bro. No, a week ago. So like, I'm just a normal dude. I'm gonna keep it real. It's nothing extraordinary about me. The only difference between me and you is consistency. And I can comfortably say that. I work day in, day out. If anybody watching this, Malik, Alex, any of my family members, Saint, V, they already know I work day in, day out. So do my boys. So we all eating good. But regardless, because of that hard work and that consistency, that's why I'm at this point. So I just want to motivate y'all. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the strongest. You don't have to be the richest. It don't matter. As long as you're consistent, you can get what you want. And that's why, like I said, bro, I'm going to be showing y'all my lifestyle, showing y'all the investments I make to motivate y'all. Because I was on the other side of the screen not too long ago. I didn't like social media because the way people portrayed themselves. That's why I waited to get into it now, which I'm going to get into. That's going to be a whole nother video. But I waited because I want to get into a point where I want to be a leader. I didn't want to just show out and be like, hey, I got a Corvette. I didn't want to do that. What I wanted to do was say, hey guys, I got a Corvette. Let me show you how you could get one, because that's what matters. I don't want to be at the top by myself, man, because I'm going to get comfortable and I'm going to fall down. If I got people chasing for my spot or chasing to be ahead of me, I'm going to keep working. That's why I work so hard, because, you know, I'm competitive. I don't want to be at the bottom. I don't want people to beat me to the top. And, you know, I'm going to motivate y'all to be up there with me, because all it takes is a year, man. Y'all probably seen me on Top Floor Saint channel. Shout out to Top Floor Saint. Make sure y'all subscribe on his videos and stuff like that. But if y'all see me on his channel, bro, we talk about that all the time, bro. We compete with each other all the time, help each other get better. Iron sharpens iron. And, you know, it's a community thing, man. We want everybody to be up here with us, bro. Everybody pick up that camera, start your content, bro. Start that business, start building your credit, whatever you need, bro. And make sure y'all comment underneath this video, bro, if y'all learned something. And if you didn't learn something and you want to learn something, comment credit question, bro. I'm going to go underneath the comments and make sure I respond to them. But yeah, man, like I said, to make sure y'all watch this whole video. I stutter a lot. Keep that in mind for people that's going to be watching my videos. I stutter a lot. I'm not going to edit that out because, like I said, I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. I want y'all to see the real me for who I am, because I want y'all to be comfortable in who you are. I don't care that I stutter. I know my value. I don't care if you stutter. You know your value and I know your value. I don't care if, you can't dress. Man, I can't dress myself, bro. Top Floor Saint's the one that's putting me in streetwear. I like to wear suits and stuff. So like when I wear clothes, outfits like this, boy, this is my boy Top Floor Saint gear, bro. And like I call him like every day, hey bro, this outfit matches, this outfit look good. I'm not perfect. I'm not pretending to be perfect. And I refuse to do that. Just to show y'all the real me and to show y'all that no matter who you are, this lifestyle is achievable by any means necessary, bro. And all you gotta do is be consistent. But that's enough of me yapping, bro. I appreciate y'all for, of course, watching the video. Please leave a like, comment, and make sure y'all subscribe if y'all really like the content. But yeah, I'm done yapping. That was my quick little like 6-minute yap session, bro. But like I said, watch the full video. I'm gonna teach y'all a lot. And man, let's keep vibing out, man. I'm gonna let y'all know, bro. I'm gonna show it one more time. This is my baby, bro. It's still unreal, man. But that's enough of that, man. Let me teach y'all how I got it and how y'all can get it yourself. All right, let's go to the next clip.
Good evening. You are live with Issues and Answers, Atia Tuesdays. This is WLTH Radio, 92.7 FM, 1370 AM. Welcome and good evening, everyone. I am here tonight with Chicagoland's #1 Young Credit to Wealth coach, Jeremy Lander. Jeremy, thank you for coming out today. We appreciate you for coming out and sharing your insight about credit and about wealth and how you got there. So thank you for coming out.
And thank you for having me. I really appreciate the platform for me to speak on. And this information was given to me by friends, families, peers, and my mission is just to spread this knowledge as far as I can. So I really appreciate you giving me the platform to do so.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, Jeremy, we're going to hop right in. So you empower individuals to achieve financial freedom through understanding credit and wealth building strategies. I want to know what inspired you to pursue the credit industry.
What inspired me to target this industry was honestly poverty myself. I was raised by a single mother, and she was in school while I was infant, and I was kind of raised by my grandparents as well. But raised in that situation, then I have a younger brother as well, money was always tight. So I knew I didn't want to work a 9-to-5, so I started with entrepreneurship. When I was about 14 years old, I started my first lawn care service. And I realized quick that it's very difficult to move the way you want to with just the cash on hand. It takes a while to save that money. So then my best friend's dad, he took me aside and he took me and my 2 other best friends and taught us about credit. And when he did that, that changed my whole perspective on everything. From that moment on, I decided to use my credit to invest in myself. And from there, I just blossomed. And as I grew as an entrepreneur, I realized that a lot of other entrepreneurs didn't have not only the knowledge, but the confidence in using it. So that's what inspired me to start my program, Better Finance Today, and help teach and inspire entrepreneurs how to grow their businesses with credit.
Okay, and you have Better Finance Today, LLC, which is your business, and then you also are Chicagoland's #1 Young Credit to Wealth coach. So I want to go back to when you started on the credit. You said that your friend's dad helped you out with that. What age were you?
I was 16 years old, junior year of high school. I remember it like it was yesterday. Me and my friends were going to go to the beach, have a good time. He took us aside and he said, you guys can go to the beach, talk to girls, whatever you want to do, or you can talk to me while I have the time and I can teach you not only how to be a man, but also how to basically attain financial freedom. Because he has a business and a very successful power washing business and car washer. And from then on, that changed my life. He sat us down, we decided to stay and talk to him, and he gave us some good insights on how to be a man, because we were growing young boys. And most importantly, that credit, I can't thank him enough for that, because like I said, that changed all of our lives. We were able to make a lot of investments that we weren't going to be able to make because we didn't have the cash on hand.
Mm-hmm. And I think that it's great to have friends and that have parents that can pour into us. So I think that that's great that
Exactly.
he was able to just sit down and talk to you at a young age when you didn't even probably know he was talking about at first.
Exactly.
But then, you know, obviously look at you now. So I love that actually.
And that's why I'm so big on giving this knowledge, because he didn't have to do that. So
No.
that's why I'm really big on just community and being able to pour into others as he did to me.
And were you able to start actually building the credit at 16?
Yes, because he taught me how to. He told me to get tray lines, which are authorized users, and he said I didn't have to buy any. I went to my grandfather. My grandfather has a high credit score with some good credit cards, and he put me as an authorized user. So 2 days after that conversation, I started building credit, that authorized user. So when I turned 18, I had a 788 credit score in all 3 credit bureaus. And that was able to launch me forward to getting my own credit, accessing business credit, and go to that next step a lot faster than if I didn't do any of that.
Wow. Okay, that's amazing. All right. And then what advice would you give to somebody that's young, like how you were when your friend's dad introduced you to the credit game? What do you suggest that they do if they, you know, just thinking like, hey, I'm in poverty, I don't really know what to do, I don't have any cash. If they wanted to just kind of start to take the route that you did, what do you suggest for those for the younger generation?
Find a close friend, find a family member, get put on as an authorized user, someone that you can trust that's going to make payments, someone who has good credit, and that's going to put you in the door to start building credit before the age of 18. So if you can't do that, that's perfectly fine. Just study, find good information. You can go to my website, betterfinancetoday.net. We have courses, we have ebooks, we have PDF guides to help teach you about credit. If not, TikTok, YouTube, find reliable sources to teach you about credit. And then, so when you turn 18, first thing you want to do is get a secure credit card, which is a credit card that you put money on like a debit card, but it builds your credit. And then just keep studying credit, just so you can have the knowledge, because a lot of people have the idea about chasing money. They want to chase money. You know, common saying nowadays is chase the bag. I don't believe in that. I believe in chasing a knowledge, because quote unquote the bag is going to come with that knowledge regardless. So just study, study, study. That's all I did when I graduated from high school, and it helped me get to the point where I'm 21 and I'm able to teach others. So just study and attain knowledge.
So obtaining knowledge helped you get to where you were today.
Yes, just
More
by
so than
listening.
chasing money.
Yes, yes.
Okay, I like that. All right, and then your expertise as a credit to wealth coach has helped countless small business owners secure funding, go about different ventures. You also do house flipping, and you also do help people with business expansion as well. So
Yes.
can you share some of the key strategies or maybe even insights that entrepreneurs can utilize to leverage credit effectively in their endeavors?
Yeah, so really the most important tool is credit, in my opinion, when working with a business. And not only just using credit and not being afraid to use it, but not being afraid to hold on to a little bit of debt. So a lot of people, they get like a business credit card, they use it for business purposes, correct? And it's making them money, and they think that right away they should pay off the card right away. So Tia, let me ask you a question real quick. And this is for all the listeners as well. So when you buy a rental property, you get paid, let's say your mortgage is $1,000 and you charge the client $1,200. Do you use the full $1,200 to pay the mortgage, or do you pay the minimum balance on that mortgage, which is $1,000, and pocket the $200?
The minimum and pocket the 200.
So why not do that with a credit card? A lot of people have the mentality of, oh, because I have this money, I'm going to use all of it to pay the debt. You don't have to. Just pay the minimum, keep it rolling, keep investing, keep flipping it to the point where if you want to make extra payments, it wouldn't kill you to do so. So that's the number one strategy I use with teaching entrepreneurs how to leverage, debt, is because they try to pay off the debt right away. No, you're getting paid off the debt. You're profiting off the debt. Keep it that way. Why break even? Don't break even. Keep profiting off of it, because there will be a time where your business may not bring in the money that it needs to. Then you have the money saved up on the side to still make the minimum payment. So that's one of my key strategies I use and key knowledge I use for entrepreneurs, for anything in terms of credit, personal or business.
Okay, that's great. Can you talk a little bit more about the good debt? Because Jeremy, you're working on my credit as well. And, you talked to me about good debt, and we had those conversations over time. So can you just let people that's listening know a little bit more about what good debt is and how they can leverage that as well?
Yes, so there's good debt and bad debt, also known as leverage debt and consumer debt. So good debt / leverage debt is debt that is generating you an income. For example, a rental property. That is a good debt because you're making money off that property. Versus bad debt or consumer debt is money that you spend that isn't making you any money. So you use your credit card to buy shoes, you're getting Gucci, purses, putting fast food on there. That's debt that's not making you any money. So you're gonna have to pay that off, and it's not serving you any purpose. versus good debt is going to make you money. And that goes into assets as well. So for example, some people think vehicles are liabilities instead of assets because they depreciate so quickly. But if you use it the right way, for example, you can get a work truck and get a box truck and start a moving business. Yes, that truck is depreciating in value, but it's a good debt because it's generating you an income. So having or using credit to attain assets, that's good debt versus buying liabilities like getting a Benz. That's not going to do anything to depreciate, and it's not making you any money. Unless you use that Benz to rent out in Florida on Turo, now it's good debt. So it's really just a mindset when it comes to debt. Of course, there's some things, like I said, fast food, Gucci, Louis, Prada, that's going to forever be consumer debt. But some assets you are able to flip with just a switch in your mind, just to say, hey, instead of me using it just to be flashy all the time, I'm going to use it to rent out. I'm going to use it to make money in other avenues. So it's really just perspective.
Okay, I love the way you explained that. So basically you're saying use and leverage the credit to make investments.
Exactly.
So you can make money
Exactly.
as you go along, you know, with time in your business, even in your personal life.
Exactly. Or even side hustles. And that's how you get passive income. A lot of people, we say, oh, I want to get passive income. How do I get passive income? You don't have to do it by sweat equity all the time. You could just find an investment, let your credit do the work for you. You can still work your 9 to 5. But while you're working that 9 to 5, that debt is also generating you an income on the side. So yeah, that passive income is almost directly tied to credit, because to get a Benz, you don't have $80,000 to invest in that. You don't have $80,000 to invest in a supercar to rent out in Florida, but you have the credit to do so.
Okay, thank you for that. JeremyNar wants a Benz, so he's making that comment.
We're going to get you
I
there.
appreciate you though, I really do, and thank you for that insight as well. And do you suggest? I've heard people talking about using certain credit cards for certain things. Like I have this one, and it has maybe a lower limit for just gas and groceries. So can you talk a little bit more about the credit card usage?
Yeah. So before I go into that, how many credit cards do you think I have at age 21?
I mean, you're the guru, you're the coach. I think you have at least 12.
12, double it, plus 5.
Oh my God. So how many credit cards do you have?
29 credit cards.
Oh my God.
And the reason why I do is because exactly like how you said, I earn points and rewards per category I spend on. So gas, I earn 5% cash back on gas. Every $100 I spend on a certain credit card, I get $5 back. Same thing with travel, business expenses, what else? Food, dining out, things like that, online shopping. So I have a credit card dedicated to every aspect of my life. Going back to like how I said I got 29 credit cards, I don't use them all. But like how you said usage, that's why I brought that up. Because a lot of people say, oh, you shouldn't have a lot of credit cards. The only time it's bad to have a lot of credit cards is if you don't have the discipline to put them up and not use them for just careless spending. So I only use about 5 credit cards on rotation, which is, like I said, the spending categories that I do on a day-to-day. But my other credit cards help with my usage. We have what is called a 1/3 rule. You're only supposed to use 30% of your total credit limit or else it hurts you. Because the truth is, banks only give money to people who don't need it. So when you use more than 30% of your credit, the bank is going to look at you and say, hey, you owe all these people money. How are you going to pay me back?
Right.
So with me having all these credit cards, my total credit limit is way higher. So what is higher or better for you to have? 30% of $1,000 worth of credit or 30% of $100,000 worth of credit?
100,000.
Exactly. So that's why it's good for you to stack up credit cards, because now you can use, instead of using $300 off a $1,000 total credit limit, now you can use what, 30,000 because you have 100K worth of credit cards, and it won't hurt your credit.
This is amazing, Jeremy. You just said a whole lot, and I appreciate that. So we're going to move right along. So many aspiring entrepreneurs may feel intimidated by the idea of securing funding, especially if they lack traditional college education. So how do you empower individuals to overcome the barriers and confidently pursue their business goals regardless of educational background?
I do this by giving the knowledge to them. So a big thing is a lot of people think, oh, I have to go to college to learn this, because they don't have the confidence in themselves to go out and get that information themselves. So I created a platform, again, betterfinancetoday.net, and pretty soon I'm actually creating an app. I forgot to tell you that, Atia. I'm creating an app for my business.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But I'm essentially creating a platform where people can go to get the information that they need all in one spot. So outside of my program, of course, just studying and just looking at different books, YouTube videos, there's a lot of ways to get information. But of course, my program, I'm targeting, like you said, these entrepreneurs that don't have the confidence because they haven't went to college, and they believe because of our society that, oh, we have to go to college to be successful. That is not the case. Studying is studying. Knowledge is knowledge. At the end of the day, it does matter where you get it from as long as it's a good source. But whether it's from a teacher or a mentor or an entrepreneur you look up to, that knowledge is going to stay the same if it's true and if it's going to succeed or not. So for everyone listening right now, everyone interested in starting a business or in business right now, study, 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 study. That's the best advice that I can give anybody. Know your market, know how to expand your business, know about marketing, know a little bit of everything. And even as an entrepreneur, you don't know something, hire someone who does, because that's what being a boss is about.
Yes, outsourcing.
Exactly.
Wow, thank you, Jeremy. That's a mouthful, and that's amazing. So you are listening to WLTH. Call us at 219-885-1371. That's 219-885-1371. And you can call in and speak to our credit expert, Jeremy Lander, okay? So, Jeremy, what do you think is the most powerful form of credit and why?
The most powerful form of credit is a business line of credit. And the reason why I say that's the most powerful form of credit is, for one, it's on the business side. So that business credit doesn't show up on your personal. So you can max out that line of credit and it won't show up on your personal. So you can still apply for either more business credit or more personal credit.
Okay.
Another reason why business credit is the most powerful form of credit is because it's liquid cash. Now, when you get an auto loan, what do you use that for? To buy a car. Mortgage is used to buy a house.
Yeah.
A business line of credit is liquid cash that you can get deposited to your checking account that you can use for whatever, to buy a car, to buy a house, to give to contractors to flip a home. It's one of the only liquid loans that you can get and the most easiest to leverage because, like I said, that's liquid cash you can get. And another benefit of it is most business lines of credit are 60-month terms, 5 years. And until that 60 months is up, you can make interest-only payments. What does that mean? That means if you take out $50,000, and let's say it's at a 10% interest rate, the monthly payment is only $500. $500 to take out 50 grand. Now imagine what you can do with $50,000 into yourself, investing it into others, whatever the case may be. A lot of people listening right now may think, oh, I can change my life with $50,000. You can, for only $500 a month. And then after the 60 months, it turns into a term loan. So that's the only dangerous part. If you don't flip it correctly within, the 60 months, it's going to turn into a term loan, which is like an auto loan, where it's like you have to make installments now every single month, which is going to be way more than $500. But regardless, the fact that you have 5 years to figure out how you're going to turn $50,000 into $100,000 for only $500 a month, that's what makes it the most powerful form of credit. And again, it doesn't show up on your personal credit.
That's amazing. It does not show up on your personal credit, and then you also compare business credit to liquid cash.
Exactly, because you can get it in liquid cash.
Mhm.
So you can go to the bank and say, hey, I'd like to withdraw my full business line of credit, and they will give you a whole bunch of $100 bills. And now you have to make payments $500 a month. And another trick that you can do is use the loan to pay itself. Let's say you only need $30,000. Take out 40 if you get approved for 50, and then use the other 10 to pay off the $500 a month. So now the loan is paying itself temporarily.
Okay, Jeremy, you're giving out some great strategies. Like, I really love it. So how long does it take to actually build that business credit? I know a lot of people are wondering about that.
It takes a long time, and if I'm being quite honest with you, it's not about personal credit. What they're doing now is they're getting rid of basically no-doc loans and being able to separate completely your personal and business credit. Now almost every single loan you get is going to be a personal guarantor, meaning that you're going to have to personally sign off on that loan, and it still doesn't show up on your personal credit. But if you do miss a payment, they have the ability to put that missed payment on your personal credit.
And can they eventually take your assets as well?
Not on the business.
Okay.
Well, not on the personal, only on the business.
Okay.
So, and that gets a little tricky too. That's why I kind of
Right.
paused, because I
Right.
didn't want to answer it incorrectly. There's a lot that goes into that, making sure your LLC is set up correctly, having it under trust. There's a lot more. So I would recommend reaching out to a lawyer for the best way to, protect yourself. But there is a way to protect your assets. And like I said, the best way is like having your LLC created correctly, making sure you fill out the right forms for it, and having it under a trust to protect your assets, and having different trusts for your assets. Have a trust for your properties, for your vehicles, for your houses, properties, stuff like that. But yeah, there is a way to protect yourself, but you have to make sure that you're protected, because it's not just protected by default.
Okay, thank you so much. So we still have Chicagoland's #1 Young Credit to Wealth coach, Jeremy Lander. This is Atia Muhammad for Atia Tuesdays, Issues and Answers on WLTH Radio. And you are listening to 92.7 FM, 1370 AM. And you can call in tonight and ask Jeremy any questions that you may have at 219-885-1371. That's 219-885-1371. This is Atia Tuesdays, and we'll be right back. And welcome back. You are listening to Issues and Answers for Atia Tuesdays. I'm your host, Atia Muhammad, and I'm here this evening with Jeremy Lander, Chicagoland's #1 Credit to Wealth coach. All right. And he's here today, and we're going to go ahead and start talking about your Credit to Wealth program. Okay, so your new Credit to Wealth program aims to empower future and current entrepreneurs and also potential house flippers. So can you tell us a little bit about what inspired the creation of the program?
Yeah, so about my entrepreneurial journey, I came across a lot of entrepreneurs that were really uncertain about credit. And to me, that really scared me because I started and built my 4 businesses on credit. So to see entrepreneurs struggling, having to go off of purely revenue, that kind of made me uneasy, and I knew that I couldn't help them just by doing a whole bunch of one-on-one coaching. So that's what inspired me to create my program, was to reach out to more people a lot more effectively. And not only it's me, it's a team, and of course, Atia, you're a part of my team.
Yes, I'm a part of his team.
Yes, so we could reach out to more people and just help build our community a lot more with these entrepreneurs and help guide them the right way. Because I do feel like, especially in this economy, credit's the only way right now to build a business, because everything is through the roof in terms of price, but everyone's, salary it's lower.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people have to save for months, years to be able to do a $2,000 investment when all they have to do is apply for a credit card, and that, application could change their life. And I run across that with a lot of my clients, getting them approved for tens of thousands of dollars, and they come to me, a few months later just explaining how much it changed their lives. So that's what I wanted to do for my community, was create that program and reach out to more people more effectively.
Okay. So you created the program to basically bring people into using their credit, obviously as a credit to wealth program, but to use that credit, transfer it over to wealth so they can leverage their situation that they're in and basically help out the endeavors that they're working on at the moment, right?
Exactly.
And
I
in the
help them
future.
learn how to build the credit themselves, how to properly use it, and give them knowledge on how to just maintain it. Like I said, it's a credit to wealth program. I teach you how to get the credit and how to use it properly.
Okay. And then how long is the program?
The program, it's a monthly subscription for $35 a month, but typically I would say with the courses, maybe about 13 months, I say it should take for you to actually take in all the information. And then also there's a built-in community. As you know, Atia is one of the leaders of that community, and you can ask her all the questions about grant writing. Then I have myself in there for credit repair. I have another credit repair specialist in there. I have mortgage brokers that's going to join, and so you can be in there and network. So it's not even just about credit all the time. There's other places you can go for financial literacy, and I want to be that #1 spot for it, whether it's retirement planning, grant writing, or even specific like talking to a mortgage lender for Chase, things like that. So that's what I aim for my community part of my program that's outside of credit.
Okay. And it seemed like one of your main goals is getting people to understand that they actually have access to this extra funding, to this
Exactly.
extra wealth. And kind of just open up the doors so they can understand, like you said, that your program take 13 months,
Yes.
So that's an investment in themselves and, just a continual journey. And then, like you said, they got the community to offset it as well.
Exactly, because I want to teach people and have them understand that you are the money that banks give you. What do I mean about that? Or what do I mean by that, I should say? What I mean by that is when you apply for credit, they run your social, correct? They run your social,
Yes.
and if you get approved, they go to the Federal Reserves. The banks are just a middleman for the Federal Reserves. When they go to the Federal Reserves, they say, hey, this is Atia Muhammad, here's her social, give me the money you have underneath her, and then give you money that you rightfully should have. Banks are just the middleman. So I want to teach and empower people and have them understand that everybody has a whole bunch of money that they can tap into. and interest gets paid to the banks, which gets paid to the Federal Reserves for us using our own money. So that's another purpose and point of my program, is to empower people and let them know this is your money you're taking out. This is not the bank's money. Your money. They're running your social, going to the Federal Reserves to pull money from, again, your social. So, like I said, it's just empowering entrepreneurs and just even anybody that, just to be confident when using credit. Because you don't have to be an entrepreneur to leverage credit.
Right.
You can still have a career and do something on the side. Even if you don't want to do nothing on the side, you can still use credit to make your life a lot better. Saving money on points and rewards, having an emergency fund, not outside of cash. Well, yeah, outside of cash by being credit, so you don't have to worry about, oh, I ran out of money, what I'm going to do. You have credit. You have equity in your home. You have equity in an asset that you can draw from. So that's another point of my program, is to build that confidence within others.
Right. And you talked about how, we talk about entrepreneurship a lot because that's the, kind of the world that we live in.
Yeah.
But how would this affect people that are not entrepreneurs, that maybe just, personal, but they still want to learn about the Credit to Wealth program?
Yeah, they can still join and learn how to leverage credit in their own life. Of course, we're targeting entrepreneurs, but anybody with a career, in college, or just even if they don't know what they want to do, can still benefit from the program, because they can tune into the program, go over the courses over personal credit, and learn how to leverage their personal credit to get better interest rates, to get better credit cards, to save money, to, like I said before, be able to pull from an asset, because a lot of people don't know that you have equity in your home. Let's say your water heater breaks down. That's a $2,000 fix right there.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't have $2,000 saved for a water heater. You can pull a home equity line of credit from your house and use that money to fix your house. You can use your house to fix your house or upgrade your house. You don't have to wait for that kitchen remodel. If you have enough equity in your home, you can refinance your home and do a cash out refinance. Now you have cash.
Wow. That example right there is powerful. You basically just telling people, hey, you got money, let me show you how to go get it.
Yes,
And
it's that simple.
I really love that. Even with my grant writing, it's pretty much the same. Like, hey, your business qualifies for this money, so go get it.
Exactly.
It's kind of in that same realm, and I really love that. So, okay, wonderful. So, with the Credit to Wealth program, it addresses unique needs and challenges faced by aspiring entrepreneurs and even individuals. So how do you address them when they enter in this new market? Like maybe somebody who may have never been into credit, like how are they being introduced as they enter into this market, like as they getting introduced to credit?
In terms of my course, or just the field out there?
In terms of your course.
So in terms of my course, first thing I like to do is build their confidence and let
Okay.
them know, like how we were talking about, this is your money you're reaching out. Because I can start off saying, hey, do this, get this credit card, do this, do that. But a lot of people already heard that. People need to understand that credit is nothing to be afraid of. So the beginning of my course is me teaching them to be confident in themselves, even if they're not using credit. People are just afraid to apply for credit cards. So I build that confidence and let them know that is your right, that is your consumer law right to apply for money that is rightfully yours. So intro to my community and my program is that confidence to help motivate them to continue the journey, because it's not an easy journey. It's not a quick journey. It's not an overnight success. It takes time, because there's a lot of people who don't want us to have this information, because, if everyone knew I can take out $100,000, that's going to be very, very bad for the banks, very bad for the banks. Because now they have to give out billions of dollars because they said, oh man, they figured it out.
Right, they figured it out. They cracked the code.
Exactly, they
which is
cracked the
what
code.
Jeremy does. He cracks the code so people can get to that money.
Exactly.
And that's amazing. Okay, so what is your advice for people that may be on the lower end of their credit scores, but they still are out there maybe looking for loans? What do you suggest that they do first?
They have to rebuild their credit and or credit repair. So credit is very sensitive. It's very difficult for me to kind of give just an overall statement, because credit is unique to the individual.
Yeah.
It's tied to your social. Everyone's social is different. Everyone's life is different. But if you do have like a 500 credit score, you're going to need credit repair. And credit repair is just essentially removing negative items due to consumer law that shouldn't be there. So I also do credit repair. Go to my website, betterfinancetoday.net, and you can sign up and we can have a one-on-one consultation. But if not, find someone that you can trust to be able to, like I said, clean your credit, and with that restart, build your credit the right way. That's the biggest thing, is, getting authorized users / trade lines, getting secure credit cards, and just getting the right credit cards. There's a lot of third-party credit cards that are okay, but nothing's going to beat having like an American Express on your credit report, a Chase credit card,
Right.
things like that. So just basically do a reset of your credit with credit repair and then go about building it the correct way. And then just being sure, and I tell all my clients this as well, and I want to let everyone know on air that's listening right now this too, set all your credit accounts to auto pay, to minimum balance due. I don't care if your checking account goes into overdraft. I'd rather you pay $30 than damage your credit, because $30 isn't nothing compared to the money you can take out from the bank if you keep your credit in good standing. You can use your credit, you get a business line of credit, use $30 from there to pay off that overdraft fee. So it's just like, I'd rather them do that rather than affect their credit. Now they got to pay for credit repair. That's going to be a few hundred, thousands of dollars, if that, depending on how bad it is.
Right.
So I'd rather them do that than to go through that route.
Wow. Okay, it's a lot of knowledge behind this. I want to talk about go back to business credit, because you talked about it being liquid money, and if somebody is just now getting started with that business credit, what do you suggest they do first? Like they just don't know anything about how to get started. What do you suggest that they go ahead and do?
First thing they need to do is, of course, sign up for my program, the Credit to Wealth program at betterfinancetoday.net, so they can understand how to properly use it, because giving someone who's ignorant of the power that they have can do a lot of harm. So, last thing I want is to tell them, yeah, go get a business credit card and then max it out on some new shoes.
Right.
And it won't affect your credit, because that would be a lie. It will affect your credit. So just be confident. That's the first thing. Be confident that you know what you want to do with it. Have the knowledge on how you're going to use it and how to properly build it, and then apply for business credit cards. That's the first step, is getting business credit cards. Or you can do, business net 30, net 60, net 90 accounts, which is another form of business credit that you can do. But that's the first step into building business credit, is getting business credit. It's
Okay.
really not any much more than that.
Basically just starting.
Yes.
And then there's different levels, like you said, the 30, the 60, and the 90.
Yeah, so those are just payment terms. So
Okay.
basically you're borrowing. So for example, let's say I had a clothing brand and I get some Gildan t-shirts. They have net 30, net 60, net 90 accounts. So then I get the t-shirts and I have 30 days to pay them back. That's a net 30. I get the t-shirts, I have 60 days to pay them back. That's a net 60. Or I think the highest it goes is like net 120s, but those are real rare if there are still any. But as of right now, I know the highest, to my current knowledge, is net 90s, which is 90 days to pay them back.
Okay.
So that's another form of business credit that you can use, where you borrow the services and then you pay them back later.
Okay. And what do you think sets your Credit to Wealth program apart from similar offerings? Because there's a lot of people out there that that's going into the financial realm at this time. So how does this Credit to Wealth program how is it set apart from different offerings out there in the market right now?
Can I be honest with you, Atia?
Yes.
My age. And the reason why I say that is because it builds confidence in people. And I see that. When I talk to people about this, the first thing they say is, "You're so young. How did you get this knowledge?" Like like their eyes light up in a way where I bring life to them, and I love seeing that, because basically when they see me and they see how young I am, it puts a fire in them and say, if this young kid could do it, I can too.
Right.
And not only that, it's the trust behind it, because there's a lot of people going into the financial game and they're older people. No, I'm not saying anything bad about them, but it's a lot of scammers out there. So then when they see a nice young man in a suit, he talks proper, that brings a light to them where it's like, oh, I can trust him.
Right.
What's the point of him scamming me? He looks good. He's doing well on his own. There's no point of him scamming me. And then two, again, if he can do it, why can't I? Because there's no reason everybody shouldn't be doing this. It's no reason why everybody should be getting denied versus me getting approved. I am no different than you, anybody listening to this right now. It's just that I made different choices.
And you were exposed to that knowledge early
Exactly,
too. A lot of
exactly.
people don't have that advantage either. That's why it's good to get around older people.
Exactly.
It's good to just kind of see what's out there and open yourself up to different knowledge that's out there, like you said, credible, of course, but just learning to understand what you're getting into and then building upon it, which is what you did, and you're doing a great job, so that's amazing.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So for individuals interested in joining the Credit to Wealth program, what prerequisites do they need? Like, how do they start? What are the qualifications?
None. Anybody can join, and I made it that way just so I can, like I said, reach out to as many people as I can. I want my community to be as diverse as possible, all different ethnicities, different financial situations, rich, poor, in between. It doesn't matter, because we all can learn something from each other. And I don't count anybody out because I get a lot of information from people I honestly wouldn't expect to have that knowledge. I met millionaires who literally looked homeless. And, you know, I had a conversation with them and they start talking about these different things. I'm like, how do you know this? He was like, don't tell nobody, but like, you know, I'm a millionaire. And, you know, he had, you know, ripped up shirt, bogus shoes, hairs all over the place. But then he leaves in a Bentley. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
like,
heard
oh,
somebody say wealth is quiet.
yes, wealth is very quiet. Like people won't expect me to have knowledge because I'm young. And then they hear me talk and it's just like, wow, I never would have guessed that. So I never judge a book by its cover. And that's why I made my program. Anybody can sign up. As long as you're willing to invest in yourself, that's the only prerequisite you need, is to be willing to put in the time to better your current situation and to, of course, trust me. That's my biggest thing. I want people to trust me because when they trust me, they can open out about honest things that's going on in their finances, and then I can make actual, genuine critiques on them to help better their, you know, situation.
Okay, so getting them to trust you along the way is a big part.
Yes, very.
So while they're doing that, how does their journey towards financial empowerment with your coaching, how do you give people confidence along the way?
By letting them know that the power is within them. Letting them know that, like I said earlier, the ability to draw that funding is your social, which is your identity. And just letting them know that there's no difference between us. We all bleed the same. The only person you should be afraid of is the Most High. So
That's right.
if that's the case, we're all equal. It's an equal playing field. If God is the only person that can, I'm not going to say person, only entity that can really change your course of your life, that's the only person you should be afraid of. It's the only person that should be stopping you. And God doesn't want you to stop. He wants you to keep going. You're his perfect gift. So that being said, I kind of let them know, like, everything is within you. The only person stopping you is you. Someone hits your car today, okay, that sucks, but you got to keep it pushing. You can't just stop. So I just coach them. I let them know that, you know, I can give you all the tools, but it's in your favor, and it's like I was put in your life for a reason. So take that and run with it. I just, you know, constantly encourage them and let them know that they're worth something. Because with finances, people get sensitive and they think that, you know, oh, because I don't have no money, I'm worthless. No, you're not. It's just a current situation you're in. So just keep pushing and keep moving.
I love that, Jeremy. That was so powerful what you just said. I really, I love what you just said. That was amazing.
Thank you.
And so you are Chicagoland's #1 credit to wealth coach. And do people get mentorship like how you're saying now? Do they get that with the credit to wealth program?
Yeah, they get basically a small ounce of it. So with the community, I do go in there and I talk with people. They ask me questions. I do it. But I do offer one-on-one coaching, where I offer, you know, weekly calls where we can talk about your current financial situation, have dedicated time to properly get you to a better situation. But yeah, with my current program, yes, you'll be able to reach me. You can email me, or you can just text me or DM me in that program, the app that I might have, or on the website. And then, yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, I mean, even if you want to critique my program, say, hey, I don't like how this is ran, best believe I'm going to fix it, because I want y'all to have the best experience possible. So yeah, there's a small ounce of it within that program.
Okay. And and you said the credit to wealth program, they can go to betterfinancetoday.net.
Correct.
And then they can sign up for the credit to wealth program, and that'll be the $35, right?
Correct, and it also comes with the community, and it also comes with 2 ebooks that I wrote about credit. 1 being the Credit Grind, and 2 being Credit Mastery. The Credit Grind is an intro to credit, teaching mainly, I would say, high schoolers in that age bracket, just anyone completely ignorant to credit. Teaches you what credit is, all the terms, and how to properly start it. Then Credit Mastery is that next level on like what home equity is, refinancing, kind of expanding upon the first book.
Okay, that's great. Okay, so that all comes with your monthly plan.
Yes, so you subscribe, you get the community, you get the courses, and you also get the 2 free ebooks thrown in with it.
Wow. Okay. We got Jeremy Lander, Chicagoland's #1 credit to wealth coach, the young credit to wealth coach in Chicagoland. I am Atia Muhammad. This is Issues and Answers for Atia Tuesdays. You're listening to WLTH 92.7 FM, 1370 AM, and we'll be right back. Welcome back to Issues and Answers. This is Atia Tuesdays on WLTH 92.7 FM, 1370 AM. I'm your host, Atia Muhammad, and I'm here tonight with Jeremy Lander. He is Chicago's #1 young credit to wealth coach, and he's been here tonight just sharing so much knowledge with us, and we appreciate him for coming out. So feel free to call in at 219-885-1371. That is 219-885-1371 if you have any questions for our guest tonight. All right, Jeremy. So I want to talk a little bit more about your background because, you know, you do your Credit to Wealth program, which is amazing, but you also have other endeavors that you're working on right now.
Yes.
So can you tell us a little bit about what else you do?
Yeah, so right now I'm purchasing a lot of like clothing brands and help growing and scaling them through credit. So a few of my buddies have some clothing lines, and what a lot of them have is Shopify is holding their money. So let's say they do pre-order, so people order a certain like outfit that they have. Then after they get so many, Shopify holds their money, so then they can't fulfill those orders because they don't have no money coming in. And Shopify won't let go of that money until they fulfill those orders. So I decided to kind of like go into that field a little bit and get equity in those businesses by helping them provide and get credit so they can be able to fulfill those orders, keep business moving, and be able to scale. Instead of doing pre-orders, they can do pre-mades, which is having the inventory on hand so it ships faster to their clientele. So that's one of my endeavors is private equity. Not only I do it with clothing lines, I also do it with, you know, other small businesses like a trucking company, some real estate. So just basically a business that buy businesses. That's what I'm kind of into now a little bit.
So you're doing private investment?
Exactly.
Okay, wonderful. And then, I want to go back to your Credit to Wealth program. How do you see it envisioning and shaping the lives of aspiring entrepreneurs and individuals seeking financial freedom and prosperity? Like what, just at the end of the day, after somebody has passed through, they went through the program, they learned it, but what do you expect them to ultimately get out of it? Like what would you like to see?
I would like them to change their lives completely. I like them to basically reform how they think of credit for the better. A lot of people just think I need to pay off this credit, I don't need debt. By the end of the program, I would really want them to think like, I want more debt. I want to use my debt to make me money. Because I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm gonna die with debt. But with that debt, it's gonna come with a lot of assets. And you wanna get to the point where the debt of that asset is worth less than the asset. So if I buy a house, I'm in debt 100K, but the house is worth 200, yeah, I'm in debt 100K, but if I want, I can sell that property and make 100K. So I really want that mindset to be with everyone that goes into that program and they, you know, graduate from it, they leave, whatever the case may be, or they might want to stay. Either or, I want them to change their mindset on just finances, period, especially on credit, and start implementing it to their lives. That's the most important thing. Implementing that knowledge and stop being afraid, and they can have that confidence.
Okay, and I could say, Jeremy, you've helped me a lot. You know, we've known each other for maybe about a year now, and you've taught me so much about credit and just basically what I can do to kind of change my life, my credit, and my mindset. So that has been amazing, and I really appreciate you for that.
No, of course, it's likewise. You taught me a lot about grants and just, you know, especially working with the city of Gary, amazing grant writer I'm talking to right now, amazing.
Thank you.
And I had to add you to my program, so I really appreciate you and everything you do for me as well. And we're going to grow together.
Yes, we are. So I want to talk a little bit more about just who you are and where you came from. So tell us about where you grew up and, you know, about your family and things like that.
Yeah, so I grew up in Maryville, and like I said, single mother, and then I had my grandmother, my grandfather, they taught me the trades, and I kind of like had a farm lifestyle raised. 'Cause my grandmother, she lives on an acre of land, so like I said, we live in Maryville, it's a town, it's not like an actual farmland, but it's so much land that it might as well be. So I grew up, you know, cutting down trees when I was like 8 years old, riding on the riding tractor to cut grass and stuff like that. So I had a real kind of like rural upbringing. So that kind of formed kind of like my views on a lot of different things, and then just really my work ethic. So I grew up like that, and then I got into track, I want to say about middle school, because my mother ran track and she was really good. So I wanted to aspire to be like her. And I did track heavy. I was top in the state throughout high school. And then I also had my construction company, and I made a big decision to not go to college. I had a few offers on the table. I threw it to the side so I can pursue entrepreneurship. And it's been nothing but blessings ever since. So I had a real humble upbringing. Like I said, not much money coming in. I remember I tell everybody this, you know, I grew up with like, in high school I had 2 pairs of jeans. And now it's like, you know, if I want, I can buy a whole store, not to brag, but as an investment, just using credit. So it's like, how quickly your life can change. Because if you would have told me I'd be in this position 3 years ago when I graduated, to you, I would have told you you were crazy. So it's just, I have a beautiful life and I don't regret nothing I went through. My mother also has depression, anxiety. She's doing well now, but my 8th grade year, she was in the hospital almost my whole 8th grade year. And, I had to put on that blank face and go through about my life. But I mean, it made me strong, it made me independent real young. So now I'm in a position that I can take care of her. And so I'm really grateful about everything, my, upbringing, and I have no issue sharing that with everybody to let people know, don't let anything that's outside of your control affect you.
Wow. And hi, Mom. Also, you talk a lot sometimes about the relationship between you and your grandfather and how that shaped you. I want you to talk a little bit about that and how he influenced your life.
That's my best friend. Him and my grandmother are my best friends. My grandfather, he taught me the trades, and that's how I started my first business and why I was confident enough to, go away from the social norm of going to college and be able to pursue what my grandfather taught me. Growing up, I was just a sponge of knowledge. So like I said, I had my best friend's dad teach me about credit. Before that, my leader was my grandfather. He was the only man that I had in my life that just guide me as a man. Because like I said, I had my grandmother and my mother. I needed a man role model to raise me because, in my opinion, a woman cannot raise a man because she is not one. So, vice versa as well. A man cannot raise a woman because he is not one. That's what I believe. So my grandfather, I looked up to him. He taught me the trades. He taught me flooring, framing, drywall, everything. And whenever I had a question, I asked him, and he answered it right away. And I'm just happy to be able to be a blessing to him because he's not able to walk. He has, I forgot what it's called, lymphoma or lymphoma, something like that. Yeah, I think so, where his legs swell up real bad so he can't walk. So really, we talk about it too. He kind of lives his life through me and through my ventures. And I'm happy to be that vessel for him, the fact that I'm able to say, hey, Granddad, look at this kitchen that, we remodeled. I was just the physical labor. You were the brains behind it. It's a beautiful thing. And I really, really enjoy doing that for him. And I know he's really proud of me because now I'm leaving the construction scene for the finance scene. And I know he's still proud of me, even though it's not construction, which is what he taught me. But I wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for him because he gave me the door that I can step through to be able to go on different paths. So
That's
I'm really
amazing.
grateful for
I'm
it.
glad he was able to pour into you and just be there for you, even with your mom being there and going through what she went through with, you just standing strong. You still had your grandfather there to pour into you as you grew up along the way. So I think that's amazing. So let's get into about the people that's inspired by your message because you said a whole lot today and it's been amazing. It's been some good knowledge and some good information. So the people that's inspired by your message and they may want to take the first steps toward financial empowerment, what advice would you give them to start their journey towards credit-driven wealth building?
First step, pray. Give your thanks to the Most High.
Yes.
That's the most important thing, and just continue to thank Him. Because anyone listening, this is a blessing that you're able to tune in and hear me speak. And it's a blessing for me to speak in front of you guys. So that's the first thing, is thank the Most High. That's the first thing I'm going to do when I get off the air right now, is thank the Most High. After that, use that prayer, that meditation, whatever you do to communicate with God, use that as confidence to drive yourself to that next level, whatever that may be. It's going to be different for everybody. It may be quitting the job you were working at. It may be asking for that promotion. It may be applying for credit cards. Whatever the case may be, have that confidence. Don't just run off and do it right away. Think about it, but continue to have that confidence while you think about it. Make a plan and then attack it. That's the best advice that I can give, because I don't want to just speak on credit, because there's more to life than just credit. There's more to credit than just credit. It's a mindset. So that's the advice I would give.
Okay, you inspired me as well, Jeremy. Just know that.
I appreciate it.
That was wonderful. Can you tell people how to contact you?
Yes, you can go on my social media. My social media for Instagram is Better Finance Today. My YouTube is Credit2Wealth. You can contact my email at info@betterfinancetoday.net, or just easily go on my website, betterfinancetoday.net, and it has all my contact information there. You can see what I'm about, look at my homepage, look at some testimonials, and you can contact me in there as well, and I'll be able to reach out to you in about 48 hours or less.
And what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Better Finance Today.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for coming out and speaking on everything that you did. The words that you said was powerful. I really appreciate you for coming out today and just sharing your journey and your insight and your knowledge. And if anybody is looking to build their credit, anybody is looking for some mentorship in the finance game, please reach out to Jeremy Lander, because he's amazing. So BetterFinanceToday.net. He has his Credit to Wealth program, and then also, when can they expect the app?
They can expect the app hopefully sometime in June. I'm
Okay.
working on it now. I'm waiting for Apple, the Apple Store and Google Store to approve it. So as soon as they approve it, it'll be up.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. All right, this is Atia Tuesdays, Issues and Answers. Tonight we had Jeremy Lander, Chicago's #1 Young Credit to Wealth Coach. I'm your host, Atia Muhammad. Thank you so much for joining us. This is WLTH 1370 AM, 92.7 FM. You guys have a wonderful evening. Good night.